Hello, everybody. Welcome to the YINZEER Brothers podcast. I'm TJ. I'm here with my most excellent brother, Tim. And once again, you're hanging out for a little bit with the YINZEER Bros. The NFL season is upon us. The Steelers and the Falcons play tomorrow. Tim, the long, cold wait is over. Are you ready for this new Steeler season?
It is what it is, dude. I am. I told you last pod I had the bad feelings, and it's just things are just the bricks are going by brick. I have that's Tim's emotion. My gut is always right, TJ. It 100% is
Is it, Tim?
always right.
Really?
Yeah,
Is it, Tim? Really?
yeah.
I don't think your gut's always right.
My gut is 100% right on this. I was right last year with the Steelers. It's right this year. As soon as I made that call with we had the last pod. Since we had the last pod, what happened? What happened since we had the last pod?
I don't remember. What did you
Didn't
talk about?
didn't didn't Salamalu? Did he get hurt after we had that
Yeah, but
pod?
now he's week to week. He's not going to be that
He's
that
out
three
for like
month.
4 weeks. He's out for
No,
and
no, he
what
could
and
be
what and
back
what
sooner.
and what
He's
happened to
Samoan. He
Rusty's
could be
calf?
back tomorrow. He could be back tomorrow.
What happened to Russell's calf?
Maybe this is Providence, Tim. Maybe like the Jesus over your shoulders. Maybe this has been Justin Fields' team all along, Tim.
RB1. He does. His name is not Felix RB1 until. Not to mention the Brandon Ayuk thing. I mean, I told you this is. If I could
Boy,
paint, I know what's going to happen this year. I could feel it in my bones already. Like Russell, like Justin Fields is going to play okay. Then he's going to have a game. He's going to be like really good. He's going to hurt that game, and then Russell Wilson is going to come in. This is like after like 4 or 5 weeks, and then he's going to look good, and then we're going to get to the end of the season going. Who do we give anybody money to, or where do we go from here? It's going to be it's this circle. It's this circle of hate. It just goes. It's
could
just all
be.
it's going to do. It's
It
all
could
it's going to
be.
do.
So here's a question, and we'll talk a little bit more about this later. As you guys know, now Tim's gut is right often. In fact, just to give you an idea, Tim never thought that Chase Claypool was a good draft pick. Why wasn't he a good draft pick, Tim?
Notre Dame,
Notre
the
Dame.
University of Notre Dame. I mean,
They struggled today, by the way, guys. They lost to Northern Illinois.
TJ, that was the greatest, never-ending possible I've ever had,
Is
ever,
Northern Illinois,
ever.
is that like a Votech school or something like that? Is
I,
that a is that a community college?
it's surrounded by farmland, and I'm not lying. Like it was. I have done my fair share killing the never-ending possible at the Olive Garden. This by far was the best one. Having Notre Dame on my phone, just downing my third bowl of the never-ending pasta. I go, this is fantastic.
So Tim, had you go 3 bowls today?
No, I went two, but it was tough, man. That was.
How many
I'm getting
breadsticks
old.
did you have, Tim?
Let
Okay,
me
how
put it
about
this
this?
way. Let me put it
Greater
this way.
greater than 3?
Yeah. Oh yeah. I think I snuck three out of the first basket before we got the second basket.
Those breadsticks, they do go down easy, don't they?
Yeah, but I mean, it was. I lost track of the breadsticks hitting my mouth because the happiness that I was watching Notre Dame lose to Northern Illinois. Everything just went blank to me. I just was shoveling food in my face with
Did you have
glee.
dessert too or no?
No, didn't have dessert, man. But I thought about it. I really thought about it.
Did you I like those mints they give you, those little Andes mints. Those are pretty
But
good.
we didn't get them. I don't know why I didn't get them. I don't know.
Because Chicago's a dumpster fire, Tim. That's why.
I mean, yeah, yeah. But I will tell you that never-ending possible hit like it's never hit before tonight.
Well, we're at the edge of the new season for the Steelers. It's been a pretty good time for the Steelers already now. We get to watch the Ravens get beat in typical Lamar fashion.
Yeah. But let me ask you a question. If Justin Fields would duplicate what Lamar did last game, would you be happy with him for
Yeah,
this game?
probably.
I would be
Probably.
ecstatic because
Yeah, probably.
that dude was running everywhere. I was like that. I mean,
Yeah. And then, to lose like that breaks my heart, but it happens sometimes.
dude, it's the crypt keeper, dude. I don't care where you're at, what you're doing. They could be down by 100. They could look like crap, and I can't believe the league gave Mahomes gave the kip creeper that dude that's like as fast as Tyreek. I just don't like. I don't understand it. Like,
Thank you, Buffalo Bills. Buffalo Bills gave them that.
oh,
That's ridiculous. You know who
I
else
just
Buffalo, the other draft pick that Buffalo gave them was the
who?
one from Mahomes. So think about this. Because of the Buffalo Bills, they have Mahomes and this Worthy kid.
I mean, you could say a lot of that too. The Chicago Bears did their damnedest to give Mahomes away too.
Yeah, they did. Well, they're not a very who knows? This Caleb kid, we'll see if he's any better.
I don't know. Bill Belichick wasn't impressed. Now, hey,
Hey,
the
if Bill's not
guy that has
impressed, then I'm not
the
impressed.
guy that has 8 rings. Hey, I'm just a messenger. I'm just a messenger. The guy
That's
has
right.
8 rings.
I like
You
it.
take it up with him. Take it up with Billy 8 rings.
So we're ready for the season. Tim, what are your overall feelings about our team?
I'll tell you, the something in the gut does not feel correct right now.
Now, guys, let's just frame this right though. Guys, this is not Tim's like Tim usually is waiting for the other shoe to drop. Tim usually is if he sees a
No,
rainbow.
last year before season, what did I tell you did I not say the first game of the year? I think the over under was 7.5, 8 games.
Mhm.
What did I say? I had a hammer saying pound the over, pound the over, and I did it. I felt they're going to pound the over this year, man. TJ, I think we're going to be looking at a lot of Hello Darkness, my old friend song. Oh, this year.
So Tim, so I'm going to take the opposite. I think our defense is going to be. I mean, I'll tell you what. From watching the Ravens game, you know who looked old and slow?
I know. Zero did.
Yeah, I'll tell you
Roquan.
what. So if they don't have an answer, if they I mean they didn't. I don't think they got a guy that's. I mean, maybe we got the good one, Queen. I don't know, but
I
I
don't know,
think
man.
I mean I thought yesterday like or watching that game, if anybody can hang with those tight ends up the middle and stuff like that, I mean
Mm.
we have a lot of speed at the linebacker position now.
What does get me nervous about the defense is like, and I know, dude, T.J. Watt and Highsmith barely. I don't know. I mean, they play at all in the preseason.
I don't think. Well, Highsmith did. He got hurt, didn't he? Oh no, he got hurt in training camp.
Like, it gets me. It still gets me nervous that I'm like, hey, are they
You
going to
know
tweak
what you get with
something,
those guys. They're fine.
twist something?
I'll tell you what, though. I mean, I think from a depth perspective, that kid Herbick's pretty good. I
I
think we're going to
understand.
be okay. So we got we're rolling here. We're coming in to see Atlanta tomorrow. Tim, does anything about the Falcons scare you? Let's talk about their offense.
Oh yeah, man. Their offense is very good. Their
You
offensive
got Kirk
line is probably
Cousins,
top.
but
Their
he's
offensive
coming back
line.
from a major injury. We don't know if he's going to be the same.
I think they're going to try to run the ball down our throats. I mean, they have a top 5 offensive line in the league. That's facts, dude. They have I'd say probably a top 5 running back in the league. That dude's insane. They got a good receiver. They still have Cousins. All he has to do is get the ball.
But
I'd
it's
be
a
very
whole
nervous.
new scheme, new coach.
Uh,
Raheed Morris is a defensive guy. He's not an
theoretically,
offensive guy.
the guy that is the offensive coordinator down there, it's technically the same scheme that they ran in Washington when Kirk Cousins was there. So I mean, I don't think it's a really new scheme for him, at least.
Mhm.
But their offense, put it this way, their offense gets me a heck of a lot more scared than their defense. Let me put it that way.
Yeah, even though they did add some pieces on the defense, but I don't know. I guess we're going to see like right out of the gate what kind of defense we have, huh?
Yeah, if they can't stop the run, if they're leaky with the run at all, they're going to lose this game by a bunch.
I'm curious to see with our big guys up front. Yeah, they all seem like they're pretty good. You got a healthy Cam, you got a healthy
Yep.
Ogunjobi.
Mm-hmm.
Our linebacker core, I don't think has ever been as fast or stout in a long time. I don't know. I think we might be okay. So, but I'm with
It's
you.
for me. It's just the corners, the two corners. I mean, the corners, like, besides Joey Porter, but the other corners get me nervous, and that slot gets me nervous. That slot corner gets me very, very nervous, dude. I think.
So we're going to see. We're going to see what really quick, like what's on the table here. So let's break down a little bit real quick from the Steelers offense and defense, and then we'll do the mailbag, and then we'll do some final score prediction stuff again. So let's talk
Mhm.
first about the Steelers offense. What are you looking out of the Steelers offense this year? What do you think they're going to do in this opening game? I mean, obviously the line is kind of a patchwork right now. I mean, it doesn't mean that they're going to be terrible, but it's
Mhm.
not. We're missing our best lineman, arguably. What are you looking for out of the offense this year?
Oh,
Or I should say against the Falcons. What do you think they're going to be able to do?
if I number QB RB1's playing quarterback, I would line up in the triple option and run that the whole entire game. I would try. TJ, he shouldn't throw the ball more than 13 times, 13 to 15 times. Just make it just what it is. What it is. 13 to 15 times. If he's in that 25 range, they're going to get killed.
You think so?
Yep.
I would think 2025 is about where you want them.
Nope, not this dude. Nope.
Tim, how many modern offenses do you know where guys aren't throwing
TJ,
20 or
TJ,
25?
you will see again. Here's what you'll get with Justin Fields. I can't believe I cut his name, but here's what you'll get. You'll get a play. You'll be like, I can't believe there was such a dumb play, or somebody's wide open. And then the next, or he'll do something horrific, and then the next play he'll scandal for 90 yards. But and that's what you're. But he gets more of the bad than the good. You have that one just a ridiculous play that he makes. You're like, oh, this guy's Superman. I'm just telling you, dude. The guy, he's very Mitch Trubisky like when it comes to throwing the ball, not running the ball, throwing the ball. If his first read isn't open, he's better off just taking off. He's not. If he starts just sitting there in the pocket, he. Here's the best thing. He doesn't throw guys open. You can't do that in the NFL. You have to throw dudes open in the NFL. I haven't seen him do it in Chicago for 4 years. He ain't going to start doing that now. Well, so to me, don't throw the ball. You run it, and you run it some more, and you run it after that some more.
The one I'm really looking forward to seeing Arthur Smith's scheme, because if he's, I think it's like San Francisco. When you look at when Purdy does his stuff, how often is Purdy making these spectacular throws to guys that are barely open?
Oh, he's
usually the guys,
TJ.
But I mean, 9 times out of 10, Purdy's throwing to guys that you and I could throw to because the scheme gets him wide open.
I'm not going to say it. I think he is.
I'm not saying he's bad, but I mean, when the play breaks down, I'm not saying he can't make some decent throws, but most of the time he knows exactly where he's going because that play is designed to get that one guy free.
I think he can. I think he can read a defense very well. So I just don't. Justin Fields can't do that.
Well, I mean, here's the thing: does Purdy have to read a defense well?
At times he has to. Any quarterback that's good in the National Football League
Shanahan,
has to do that.
He does 90% of the heavy lifting for any. Well, tell me a QB that you don't think would do well in their system. I think Mason Rudolph would be a juggernaut in their system.
I could tell you one that didn't do well in their system. It was with the Dallas Cowboys.
He wasn't very smart either. So I'm curious to see what Arthur Smith does from an offensive perspective.
To me, we're going to look. I'd say, like I said, 13 to 15, maybe even 16 times, and Pat Freiermuth better have at least 8 of those targets.
I agree. I think you're going to see he's going to be like, I don't know, he's going to be in the 20 to 25 range.
Do
you think the line is going to be able to gel enough for them to get anything going?
No. You want me to be honest? No, I don't. Not at all. And it gets me nervous that Washington didn't practice. I didn't look at the last health guide or whatever their last name, but I know he didn't practice. I think on Thursday because of his knee.
He dinged up his knee. Yeah.
If that dude ain't playing, also, that's like your sixth lineman. If that dude ain't playing, TJ, they're in some deep to do. Their best lineman. Their best lineman is going to be Daniels theoretically.
Yeah. And he's not bad.
After that, it may be Dan Moore. Do you feel comfortable, dude?
I like Zach. I think Zach is pretty solid. Zach Fraser's already showed me stuff.
We'll see, dude. It's game one. We'll see.
I'm looking forward to seeing that, and I want to see, honestly, too. I want to see how Pickens, the elite guys. It doesn't matter if you put 2 on them; they can still get open.
That's the one thing that gets me nervous. I don't think they're going to be doubling him because they actually have I think they have a top 5 corner in the league.
Mm-hmm.
The Falcons do. So I think he's going to be manned up on Pickens, and I think whoever's playing that opposite side is going to, or vice versa, or that dude's either going to be covering or taking the other receiver out, and they're going to be doubling Pickens or whatever. So Freiermuth better have a monster day.
You can't. I mean, it would be foolish for them to not double Pickens. I don't care who you are.
But if you're doubling Pickens, that tells me you're going to probably put your shutdown corner on the other dude over there. Whoever it is. I don't know who it is.
Well, he won't be lined up against Freiermuth. So it's got to be Van.
Exactly. So you better hope Freiermuth, or you better hope your running game is. That's why I'm saying 13 to 15, 16 throws. They should be doing just run the ball. Just run the ball.
Well, but here's reality. If you can only throw the ball 13 to 16 times, you won't last in the NFL.
I'm talking this week. Specifically this week, This is a game they need to win like 13-10. Then gather your stuff back up and kind of get ready for the Broncos week 2.
Yeah.
Atlanta's
I
a
mean,
good team, dude.
yeah, I mean, they're not. Here's the thing with Atlanta. I mean, on paper they are, but they've not played together yet.
So are we. I mean, I don't even know on paper we're good, but we haven't. We really have we has this team played together?
No, I mean, we've done some preseason stuff, but the bulk of the team was still. I mean, obviously, other than the quarterback, the bulk of the team was still here.
I
You
mean,
know.
TJ, that's a ginormous bulk of the team.
Well, I
It's the
mean,
quarterbacks.
well, no, I get it, but what I'm talking about is now again, we have a different scheme and everything too. So I'm totally with that as well. And again, when you look at Kirk Cousins, he's coming off a major injury. We don't know what he's going to be like.
I don't disagree with you
This
at
is
all.
my main argument too with the Jets. I mean, you could talk all you want. I want to see when you have your old quarterbacks coming off of major injuries. Show me that you still have that stuff. We don't have
You
any
don't,
idea.
TJ. You don't think the number, Mr. Wilson, dude? You start getting with. I don't care who you are, dude. In your bus, was he 36 now?
Mm-hmm.
That Wilson is
Yeah, he's
Russell.
36. Yeah.
You know what it's like feeling a little twinge in your Achilles in area.
Yeah,
I knew what it was like at 36, and I don't even play in the NFL. I'm kind of going, oh yeah, the rest of it's ripping pretty soon, dude.
it is.
You don't think that his? I mean,
Well, that's what tells me about Cousins. I mean, Cousins is not young. He's in his mid 30s, isn't he?
yeah, but he's not. But Cousins is a dude that can sit back in the pocket and beat you. Russell Wilson's never been that dude. He's always had to create stuff, so that gets me nervous with him. But I've seen the goods with Kirk Cousins. He can at least sit in the pocket and he can eat you apart if you don't get to him.
Yeah, well, I get it.
He can dice you.
So here's the reality. I mean, he can't move. The Steelers should have a decent pass rush on these guys. I mean, there's no reason why they shouldn't.
But it seems like the quarterbacks that can't move against the Steelers are the ones that destroy them.
Well, again, I think what's one of the major reasons they're able to do that? Where do they attack the Steelers?
Right in the middle of the field.
Right in the middle of the field. So what did they do this year to address that?
TJ, I don't disagree with you. Having Queen and having
And
he better.
what's the name of their big tight end that's been out? He pulled his hamstring or something like that.
He's playing. They said he's playing.
You know what? Hey, I'll take him at 70%. That's fine. You know, you ever pull a hammy, Tim?
I have pulled a hammy before.
Actually, you pulled a hammy one time on the golf course, actually reaching down to get a ball out of a cup, if I remember correctly. Didn't you too?
I tweaked some stuff. Some stuff definitely tweaked that day.
So the offense, Tim's not really, I guess he's not really, worried about our offense too much. So if you were to think who is your offensive player of the game for the Steelers side that really you're like, I really want to see something out of this person.
Oh, it's going to be Justin. It's going to be Justin Fields. I mean,
yeah.
if there's any chance to win, it's him. I mean, he better have, like, to me, a good in my brain, a good thing for Justin Fields would be like a $125 passing and maybe like a $130 rushing.
I mean, that would
couple TDs.
Yeah, that would be fine. So my offensive, I guess I'm going to go non-traditional. I want to see the scheme. I think Arthur Smith is going to be a difference maker for us. We have not had
So you're technically saying Arthur Smith is your key to
he's going to be the key to victory.
He's your offensive player of the game.
This is what I like what the Steelers did. They didn't just
dude.
They just didn't bring in Arthur Smith, but they brought in a passing game coordinator. They changed a bunch of things. I don't think we've had a real offensive coordinator since Todd Haley.
I agree.
So what's a real offensive coordinator going to do? I like his demeanor. I like his toughness. I even like that stinking wide receiver guy getting in Pickens' face. And then Pickens like saying, okay, I respect this guy. I think we're going to just be a more efficient unit. Now, again, I don't know what the offensive line is going to look like. I think we're going to be effective running the ball. I just think we're just going to stick with it. I think the scheme is going to be great, which means this. I think that Pickens is going to get a couple shots downfield. And I think you're going to see a dose of Freiermuth. I just think that's what's going to happen. I want to see a scheme where guys are wide open. When's the last time we've seen a scheme where guys are wide open?
I can just feel it in my bones right now. Dude, I can tell you exactly what's going to happen. Fields is going to play decent. I'm going to buy his stinking jersey. We're going to be out in Vegas. He's going to get hurt. Russell Wilson is going to come in. I can see it already. I can see everything happening. I'm going to be holding up the two jerseys. Like, this is the guy. We slashed the Bears to get our guy for the next 15 years. And I can just see it. It's going to happen in Vegas. I can see it. I can feel it. It's seeping in. Because you know what? God won't be nice to me. He's like, I want you to see this right there with your own eyes, not through the TV. I want you to see the field as this happens.
He has to. Fields has got to turn into a passer. If he doesn't turn into a passer, tell me one guy that was like his makeup, that wasn't a good passer, that won a Super Bowl.
That won a Super Bowl? None.
I mean, you go back to the Cams, to all these guys. I mean,
I could make it to the Super Bowl. Yeah, I think Cam, whatever. Lamar's not a great passer, but he's sufficient enough. He's been pretty deep, but to win it, no.
I mean, you just got to learn how. You have to be able to pass.
But you understand, like TJ, we're probably as a Steeler fans. We had Ben for all those years. His last 2 or 3 years, he wasn't great. But we're still like thinking the Ben. We're starving for anything. We're looking for anything to be like, yeah, that's it. Give me some of that. All Justin Fields has to do is complete like 3 passes. Like, this is the dude. He's the guy.
No, because what have we had? We've had nothing. It's been awful.
I know.
So I'm going to say, to me, it's going to be scheme. If I had to pick a person, I think that, Jaylen Warren, it's hard to go away from him if he's 100%.
Dude, he gets me. You talk about hammies for anybody. Having a hammy being a running back gets me I wouldn't even play him.
Well, I mean, if you get in there, you start to be dominant with stuff, then I think there's no reason to play him. I mean, I think
I would go with a large dosage of Najee and what's his name, 84.
Cordella Patterson, that guy.
Patterson, just go those two. Let Warren.
Let him high knee just right through the line. So let's talk about the defense then. So, I mean, they're going to have a top thing here with, Kirk Cousins and the running game stuff again. I think the defense is much improved. I think it's a good test rate from the beginning. You're not playing the Chiefs, but it's somebody easing in. So who's your defensive guy?
My defensive guy, and this is going to be just, I don't know. I mean, it's just such a homer pick. I think it seems like every first game of the year, TJ Watt is like a ginormous game record. So if they have any chance of this, he may show up like he's done the past 2 years and have 4 sacks and a touchdown himself. So TJ Watt would be the dude.
No, I think I'm going to go. I think this is going to be crazy. I think that, it's probably going to be TJ Watt, but I'm just going to be different. I'm going to say Queen. I think Queen is he gives them something they haven't had before. And then you pair him with, Robinson, or you pair him with, a Wilson. Peyton Wilson, there's something about him, man, that's just, I mean, can you see him just blanketing, a tight end coming up the middle where he just, he's
fast. I like him. I mean, I think he's going to be a dude if they're somewhere in contention come November. We're going to be like, all right, that dude needs to get on the field more. I think that's when you're going to kind of see him kind of start to flourish a little bit.
They got some speed and depth that they haven't had in a long time for their for all their stuff. Before we get to our score prediction stuff like that, let's open up the Yinzer mailbag. What is the Yinzer mailbag? It's when you, the fans, get to ask us, the Yinzer Bros, anything you want. If you got any questions, you can email us at yinzerbros@gmail.com. If you're lucky enough, you will have your question read on this international podcast. Tim, what do you got in the Yinzer mailbag tonight?
You know what? The Mush was going to send us some stuff, and unfortunately, he called me right before we went on live here because he couldn't get something in. And I mean, I was hoping to get a pick.
That's a dedicated fan.
The Mush was actually driving back from South Bend, so he could have been the reason.
He paid for pain.
Yes, yes. So he was there. So it could have been him. Notre Dame fans, could have been Marky Mush being at the game. That could have been the reason why you lost.
He is the kiss of death for the Steelers. Anytime he congratulates us, the Steelers usually take a downward turn.
Put it this way, I know I'm in for it tomorrow early from the Mush because I was pretty nasty. The whole Notre Dame thing. Not gonna lie. But all he really asked was, hey, what is your over under between Russell Wilson starting compared to Justin Fields for the season?
I mean, not for the season or for tomorrow?
For the season.
Oh, I think a healthy Russell Wilson gives us the best chance to win. But I think an 80% or 70% or 60% Russell Wilson, I think Justin Fields gives us a better chance to win if he's not 100. So I would say I think what you said was totally right. If he goes out here and he balls out tomorrow, if Fields does, then I don't. How does Russell get climb back into the seat?
TJ, he's not, and it's not going to happen until we're in Vegas. We're sitting there, and all of a sudden, what's going to happen is going to make it even worse. Fields will probably have a great first quarter, second quarter, get a third quarter. And that's when it's going to happen. I'm going to look at you. I just want you to look at me in the eyes when it happens. And we're just going to look at each other and be like,
And we'll just know.
just say Timbo's gut was right again. Timbo's gut. I think it's going to be the Vegas game. I think he's actually going to play well. I can't believe I'm saying this. I think two is going to play well, and I think that Vegas game. So what is that? I'm going to say week 7.
Yeah.
So I'd say he's got 7 games, and then Russell Wilson's actually going to play well the rest of the time, and then we're going to be sitting here next year going, who do we pay $20 million a year to? And we're going to make the wrong choice.
I'll tell you what, though, man. When you look at like Justin Fields, well, what his last year in college, how many touchdowns did he throw in his last year in college?
TJ, don't even go there. Don't even go to that stat. Don't go to that stat. Don't go to that stat.
I
Because I
mean,
saw I
it's in
saw a
there.
dude that I bought a jersey of last year, thinking he was the guy. I think he threw for like 50 tutties his senior year at Pitt.
Boy,
I
it
don't want to hear
just
that.
and
Don't
he's
want to
still
hear it.
so
Don't want to hear it.
young. He's still so young.
He is, but it's to me it's that Bears stench that's on him, and I just it's that's what it is.
It's funny too. Talking about your buddy Kenny Pickett. So
Yeah,
watching yesterday, on the Eagles, if he would have still been here and would have been a baby, he'd be starting tomorrow.
I agree, which is absolutely hilarious to me even more.
Yeah,
I
I
thought
mean,
I thought at some point they were going to pull what's his name last night and put him in.
yeah,
That would
Hurts.
have been funny, dude.
Why,
Hurts was
why are they
bad.
playing? I mean, come on, man. They're playing in Brazil. They tell the players they can't go out. They're afraid they're going to get kidnapped. They're afraid they're going to get drugged, and they're playing on a soccer field that's garbage.
I don't understand why they play those international games. I mean, the field are so bad. I'm going. But then again, I'm also going to say this to the Eagles: one of the dumbest game plans I've ever seen. Dude, just give the ball to Saquon Barkley 100
Yes.
times.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that because he's on my fantasy running back on 2 teams, but just give him the ball 100 times.
Speaking of dumb game plans, did you see how many times Henry got the ball with Baltimore? You know what? I'm tired of hearing about how Harbaugh is this elite coach and he's so much better than Mike Tomlin. What is he? He even called. Did you see yesterday? Like, before they called that ball back at the end where the guy stepped on the line, he was calling for a 2-point conversion for the win. How many times has he won with a 2-point conversion at the end of the
He
game?
hasn't. He hasn't. But I will tell you, man, the one thing about the Ravens, like I said, their defense looks suspect. I know it was against Patrick Mahomes. They did,
Their
but
offensive line looks awful.
it does. It does. I saw the one gif. You ever see the Shannon Sharp where he's sitting at the table and he's all the food in front of him? He's like the chicken wings.
Hmm.
They're like, that's going to be that looks like the Steelers defensive line looking at the offensive line for Baltimore.
It's true. No,
But
it's true.
Mark Andrews, he doesn't look right at all.
No, he still looks like he got old and he's still not. And I'm sorry, that kid Likely for a tight end, dude, he looks like he's about 120 pounds.
Well, do you think that the Kansas City Chiefs are game planning for Isaiah Likely and not Mark
No,
Andrews? I mean, I
yeah.
was Mark Andrews looked like he was running in. He looked like he was Najee from last year, running
And
insane.
he did. He did.
It's
Yeah, dear
unbelievable.
Lord, I'm already sad about the Chiefs too. Even though the Chiefs, I mean, I don't think Baltimore defense is that good.
It doesn't matter. It's the Chiefs, dude. They just watching them just gets me just depressed because you just know you're like, you get no shot, TJ. There's no shot, dude. Unless Mahomes goes down, there's no shot.
Yeah. No, let's hope.
Their
I mean, I
defense is
will
good
say that.
too.
Yeah,
Their
no, yeah, their
defense is good
defense,
too,
that's
which is
what's
great.
scary. Spagnola, whatever his name is, he does a pretty good job. So you get anything else in the injured mailbag there or no?
No, Mark. Like I said, Mark was in. I wouldn't say like I was screaming to get a picture of him right after that game because it probably would have been my background drop for tonight. It would have been hysterical. Um, but he's in his. I could tell Mark in the circle of like fandom how you have it. Like you're really angry when your team first loses, and then you go like into like denial, He's
Yeah.
in that denial stage right now. He's going, well, I don't think it's the worst loss we ever had. I'm going, so I'm guessing by about 11:30 tonight, he'll be back in the anger stage. Probably have a rough night's sleep and get up in the morning, get back to kind of the blood circle. When he starts texting me in the morning about the Steelers, and if somehow the Steelers are losing because of him, he'll come all the way back. But he's in that circle of death right now where it's just
Weren't they ranked like fifth or something like that too?
they were fifth in the country. I mean, I just
That's bad.
hate to see it.
That's bad. Well, hey, did you see Pitt came back today? I don't know how they beat Cincinnati. They were getting their heads kicked
I was
in.
watching that game live too. I couldn't believe it, man. It was incredible.
Gosh. All right, that comes to our last segment, which is our score predictions. Tim, it's the opening game of the 2024 season. What is your prediction? Steelers in Atlanta, playing Atlanta. What do you think is going to happen?
I think we're going to be a big L here to open up the season. 24-13, the Atlanta
Tim
Falcons.
picks the L.
I'm going to say something. I think Justin Fields is going to about 2 costly turnovers. We're going to be going shaking your head, kind of going. Yikes.
He is a turnover machine. He is.
Mm.
I'm going to say, because I'm looking forward to seeing the Steeler defense. I think the Steelers win this. I think the running game. I think Arthur Smith's schemes prove very well, and I think the defense is just going to overwhelm Kirk Cousins. So I think we win 27-10.
Okay, that's a lot of points, man. It's a lot of points you're putting on that offense. 27 points.
I don't know if the offense can score all 27. We may have a pick six or something like that. I think the Steelers defense is going to. I think they're going to be overwhelming, and they're going to create a frenzy for Cousins, and I think it's going to be tough for him. Again, when you're out that long,
if I see this defense come out and be just smothering, it'll make me feel a lot better for the rest of the season. If they're smothering, I would make me feel a lot more comfortable. I'm just hoping they can stop the run, TJ. That's what I'm nervous about. I think they'll be able to defend the pass. Just the run gets me nervous, man. Don't know why.
I like those linebackers. Again, I think Queen was an epic pickup, and I love. I think if you get a healthy Cam and Keanu Benton,
that dude's going to be a superstar this year. Man.
Dude, what I saw,
he needs to be.
I saw you got those two, and then you're rotating in at Ogunjobi or somebody like that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
If you don't have to put all the weight of the world on these guys, I like their depth, and I just think that they're just more stout. And I don't remember them having an inside linebacker core like this. I mean, you got to go way back. I mean, it's crazy. Even the love before Shazier and stuff like that. But and I'm kind of curious. I want to see, Mika should be able to be Mika again, which will be interesting to me. Again, Kirk Cousins, there's going to be some rust there. He's not throwing to a Jefferson anymore.
He's got a good receiver he's throwing to in Atlanta, man. There's a good guy they got. Like I said, the other kind of question mark I got is, I'm hoping Porter doesn't have a regression this year. I mean, he was very good last year, but it seemed like he got away with a lot of handy stuff, and I got a feeling they're going to be watching him. So I'm a little nervous about him collecting a lot of penalties this year.
Well, I tell you what, I did like they're making those tackles move closer to the line of scrimmage like they should be, which for our defense is just like.
Oh, TJ Watt should be sitting there. He should get 25 sacks this year.
Yeah. Now, I did say, I got to say this too. I was pretty disappointed in the refs when it came to the Chiefs. Their right tackle was offsides. Like, I don't know. It seemed like he jumped about every third play. Didn't call a thing, but boy, they hammered. I can't be too bad about it because they hammered the Ravens on their tackles.
Oh, they killed him, dude. They killed him, dude. Killed him. I think the one dude had 3 or 4 penalties himself.
Yeah, I was like almost in a row, which is crazy. All right. Well, it should be good to be a good game. So, guys, just to remind you, Tim and I will be breaking down the game after we get done. That podcast will drop. Again, if you like what you hear, don't be afraid to pass it along to your friends, your neighbors, and everybody like that. We're ready for the new season.
May not have a pod next week because I'm going to be down with the mouse unless we do it on a. Maybe I'll bring in the show with me.
Yeah, we can do it on location if you want. Tim can do it on location from Disney.
Yes, I could have Mickey Mouse in the background with his mask on, with his gun at me, going, "Give me all your money, sir."
Pretty much, that's what he does.
Yes.
All right. Well, that's enough for the Yinzer Brothers podcast tonight. Again, if you like what you hear, pass it along. And again, don't forget to ask us questions. You can send stuff to the Yinzer mailbag, and we'll get onto your stuff as soon as we can. Once again, we're the Yinzer Bros. Stay classy, Pittsburgh.
Still number one out here, right?
See ya.